Okay, so back with another tutorial. So we'll start on the knight. Probably one of the more difficult shapes, to be honest. But we can't really use the revolve or anything like that. I mean, we can do that on the base when we get to there. But for the most part, yeah, we're gonna have to maybe use loft and stuff. So we'll get through it nice and quickly, and hopefully when you look at the techniques, you know, you'll be able to modify it a bit more and clean it up. So I'm going to use a 2-point circle. So let's just grab roughly where the base is going to be. I'm going to move this up into a position about here, because I can always insert and extrude this, so we can redo the bottom on its own. So we just want to concentrate on the top section for now, so that's fine. Okay, so we've got that shape. Let's use the spline curve. So we're going to come from here, and then we're just going to work our way sort of round like this, all the way around the shape to something about maybe here, something like that. And then we'll do the same as well for the other side. So I need to grab this bit here. Mine's a little bit offset. It doesn't really matter for the tutorial here. So let's just grab something like that. Okay, cool. And then we've got to do the sort of, comes from here, sort of round. So we'll do the bottom shape. At least get this in place. Let's use the tab key there just to smooth this out a bit more. I'm going to grab each of these points, use the 1 key. Let's use J to join them. I'm going to use B to bevel that, get a nice curve underneath. And I'm just going to look here, see if anything else needs adjusting. I think that's okay. It's not 100%, but yeah, it's not bad. Let's just grab these. I could come in and sort of adjust these a little bit more, but I think this will suffice. This should give us the shape that we want. So next thing we need to do is a 2-point spline between these 2 points here, like so. I need to rotate this if I can. So let's give it a rotation. So we want the rotation to be 90, like that. Okay, cool. And then what I want to do is just align them the best I can. So it's going to be something like that. Let's use the G key and position it about there. So hopefully this will work. So with that now, what I need to do is hit number 5, grab my 2 edges. Let's use, I believe it's L, and then we can select our guides, something there like that. So that's not a bad shape. Let's click OK and just turn off the base. That's pretty good, it's not took long. I mean, yeah, we've not got the eye detail and stuff like that. Would you model that in here? Maybe not. Perhaps take it out into a sculpting program or something. Do something that's a little bit better at organics. But yeah, it's pretty decent up to now. So the next thing we need to do is I'm going to grab this. Let's use the E key to do an extrusion. We can just grab the edge here. I'm going to just sort of bring this in. I probably need to turn that background off just so I can see here. There we go. So we can bring that bevel there, the fillet, sorry, right down. Okay, cool. So next thing we need to grab sort of this edge here. So what I need to do with this is I need to delete any redundant topology in the mesh. I also need to patch these holes as well, so I just need to make sure I've selected each one of these. You can use different shapes as well. It's worth noting this. I've done this very, very quickly with a rounded shape, but you can use different sort of shapes. So if you wanted to put a bit more detail in and indentations and things like that, you can actually use a collection of sketches to loft together to make it a bit more detailed. I'm not going to do that in this video, just for time purposes and things. So we should be able to patch that. It's going to be ugly there, but it's got the patch in the end. So there we go. Let's just grab this bottom section as well. Let's use F. Should be able to patch. I think I actually touched on the sketch there. So let's just turn these sketches off. It's getting a bit busy now. So we can just grab those pieces there. Let's use F. Let's use patch, which is Shift J, the shortcut there. So that's cool. So we should have a solid from that, and then we've got a solid here. So what I want to do is select this face. We should be able to move that, and hopefully I can match that face there. We can grab this now. Let's use Q, and I'm hoping it will combine together. Let's just see. So just grab that, Q, grab that, do a union, click OK, and that's using union quite nicely. So we've got a nice shape there for the horse's head. Pretty good. But yeah, I mean, if I was going to take my time a bit more with this, I'd probably like, as I say, do a few more sketches to control that shape there. But I mean, you know, from the side profile, looks pretty cool, right? Okay, so we've got to put some ears, I believe, on here. So these shouldn't be too difficult. So we can just grab maybe this one. Let's bring it down, something like this. And that's all right. Just grab that and just align it up best that I can. So obviously, there's little differences here. So let's use the extrusion key. Let's bring that out roughly where I think it's going to be. Just turn off that. Use the G key. Let's move this ever so slightly. Just grab here. Let's give it a nice sort of filleted edge there. That's pretty cool. And I think that'll pretty much do, I reckon. There's obviously the other side as well. So we've got another one there. So it's sort of like staggered there a little bit. So let's use Shift D. Get this one sort of on the other side. Something like that. And then it's sort of a bit more forward on the image. So let's just see. Bring on my wireframe there. And get it roughly something there, maybe. It's a bit rotated. Sort of like that. That'll do. Let's turn off the reference again. So you can see from the reference, it doesn't. I don't really like that. It's not. I think I'll do mine sort of like this, because it just on the reference side, it doesn't feel the same. I think the head might be a bit flatter than what I've done. It's not round on the reference. Obviously, I'm doing a 2D silhouette one here, so let's just have a look. It's pretty fun challenge though to see what you can get out of Plasticity. So let's just turn off X-ray mode. What we'll do is use Q. Attach, do a union. Before I do the union yet though, let's just, I think we'll probably rotate these out a little bit as well. Yeah, give it that. Sort of look like that. Alright, yeah, that's pretty cool. So let's use a Q, grab that, union, grab them. So let's grab one point from each side. Should be able to fillet these in quite nicely. Yeah, something like that. And you know, we could, if you know, you wanted to put a bit more detail in, you should be able to like inset these and stuff. I'm going to leave it though. I think that's fine. You know, it's got the general shape there. It's not too bad for, you know, what is it? Is that how long have we been doing it? About 8 minutes or something, maybe a bit less. Okay, so we need to get the bit established underneath. So let's just come through. I'll take a look here. So so it looks like we've got so it comes from, we'll do it from maybe this side here. So let's just grab that. It looks like it comes down. We've got this. Again, similar to what we've done before, really. So let's just go into here. There is a sort of a slight sort of lip there. You know, don't be afraid to over exaggerate things. Some of these sketches are not particularly, yeah, they're not done sometimes for the purpose of you know, side-on profile shots and whatnot. So let's grab that. So we could do getting that across. To here, there we go, and then hopefully if we can snap that on. Doesn't seem to be snapping now. Let's just use Control Z to just go back. Let's turn off here. Okay, so it's not flush to canvas. What it's done, I think I've snapped that to the actual model itself. So let's just jump back onto the canvas viewing. Actually, instead, what we'll do is we'll do a 2-point again from here, just so we can get the measurement of that base. So that should give us a center, I think. There we go. We should be able to snap up, and that's going to give us that center line. I can remove that. We don't actually need it. So it's from, I'd say, from about there, like so. So what we can do is we can just grab this, let's bring these down, something along here, and we can get that locked off. So what we're going to have to do is, cut the excess off. So you can see here where this hasn't quite interconnected there. So I need to make sure that those points are overlapping. So let's just get rid of that one. And hopefully, there we go, we've got the piece. Oh, I suppose it's still off center there. Okay, so might have to move this back into position. I'm not quite sure what I've done there. Maybe my snap setting or something like that. Maybe I've moved this back. Okay, so let's use revolve. So we want from here. There's the base. Pretty cool. And grab that F. Let's use delete redundant topology. Just going to get rid of these pipes. Let's bring on our horse model. Grab the G key. Move it into position like so, and it's almost done. Almost done. What we're going to do is just select. Let's just hide that. Just going to grab that. Let's just push that up, just so it interconnects. And yeah, we can join this together now. So let's just do Q union. We get the base done. Let's just turn off that background and the other pieces. And there we go. And obviously we got to round these edges, right? So they're all sort of rounded here. So let's just grab a few of these pieces, and then we can just we can come in and just give it a bit of roundness to them. Something. Probably I'll have to do maybe do these ones first, because like that, something like that. Maybe we could match on there. That's not too bad. And then we'll just do a bit on that one. And I think this was sort of like, in the image, it was sort of like this. It was sort of like a curve going up a little bit. And again, we can, you can put different ones in. You can do the different types, the fillet or whatever you want on here. Yeah, there we go. I mean, obviously we've got the eye piece isn't there, but it's not the end of the world. But yeah, have a go. See what you can do. Let me know if you do anything different. Let me know in the comments what you think. Very quick, obviously you probably take, you're gonna want to do organic stuff in probably sculpting program or something like that. But yeah, it's just a quick demonstration of what you can do. So hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give me a like and follow, subscribe please. And as I say, I'll see you in the comments or the next video. Bye bye for now.